So what's up, everybody? It's Chill again, and we're gonna just get right into things today. As usual, uh, today we're gonna look at the price of SafeMoon, any whale movement and burns for the day, and then I'm gonna go over some things I think are worth your time as far as Reddit and Twitter. And remember, guys, that everything I say in these videos is my own opinion. So take it with a grain of salt and take it however you want. I'm not going to tell you how to take it. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Where is it? So let's start with, so like I said yesterday, today I'm going to go over the AMA that happened last night between John, Papa, and Ryan. And this is a Twitter post that this guy put out that he posted on Discord, and he does a good job kind of talking about the main points that they talked about last night. So as far as things that were talked about last night, company restructuring was a big topic because obviously we all know that Jack and Hank are gone, and there's some spots that need to be filled. So John talked about how he really can't explain to us in detail what happened with Jack and Hank because of labor laws. And I kind of went over that yesterday, but he did another big thing he talked about was the deadlines that were not met were a big part of this restructuring happening. And he also said that the restructuring, it's been going on for over a month. They've been talking or in the works of doing it for over a month. So this isn't something that kind of, although it was sprung on us very abruptly, it wasn't to them. So I'm sure they've got their eggs in a basket as far as who they're going to hire and promptly doing so. So Ryan, I don't know if you guys hear Ryan talk, but he is super energetic, and he kind of embodies what they explain the dev team is. They're very passionate and they're very efficient, and we can see that with Ryan's constant communication with us and his output. He puts out a lot of things that are high in information and high in energy, and that just seems like how he is. Even hearing him talk, he seems like that. So yeah, this guy says that John let the community know that they are in the interview process and they have a short list put together both for the CTO and COO position, so Hank's and Jack's position. Like we all kind of harped on and like we all kind of really wanted to emphasize, we hoped that they would hire someone with more knowledge in the crypto space and especially experience. These guys, like I've said a million times now, they're new to this whole thing. Whether or not they were, I know John was a CEO of something beforehand, but it definitely wasn't on this scale. So he does lack experience in that, but I think he makes up with it in other aspects of his personality. So having people in these positions that bring experience, I think will be good for the company moving forward and for John. And they also talked about how They have to be a good fit, because SafeMoon is a high energy and a high stress to work environment, and if people aren't attuned to that coming in, then things happen like what happened. So let's see what else is worth talking about. Another question that was asked by a community was, does SafeMoon have an HR department? And they answer yes. And they explain that they need to make sure that this is happening, because with an upscaling in people and an upscaling in products, they need to have an HR department. That's a constant in any good company, is a good HR department. And they need to make sure that it can handle the growth of the company, which it's exponential right now, the growth of the company. So we'll see how that goes. And I know we talked about Thomas leaving yesterday. Papa made it a point last night to tell people that he is not leaving. When he was asked to clarify, Thomas explained that his health has been declining lately, and the environment he's in has been kind of toxic. But I mean, it's been toxic for all of us, and a lot of it is our own fault. The community can sometimes make it a toxic place when people are constantly whining and bitching. You know, these people aren't immune to that. They see it, they react to it. They're heavily emotionally invested into this, and you know that can bring major toxicity as far as I'm concerned. So we need to be more mindful that these people are humans just like us, and you know, and the same thing goes that, you know, let's say Thomas did leave. Let's say he did. Would it be the end of SafeMoon? No. As far as I'm concerned, as long as there's a community to back SafeMoon, and we're here for them, then they're going to find whatever pieces they need to and put them together to make it successful. And would it hurt to lose Thomas? Yes. But at the end of the day, me personally, I didn't buy SafeMoon because of Thomas. I didn't buy SafeMoon because of John. I didn't buy SafeMoon because of Jack. I didn't buy SafeMoon because of Hank. I bought SafeMoon because I think that with the technology and the products that they're planning to bring out eventually, that it can be revolutionary in the crypto space. So they also talked about the wallet a lot. They do have the 12-phrase seed code that I hope you all have written down and not screenshotted, because people can get into your phone and take that shit. It's got standard encryption, so just like something like Trust Wallet at first, they're planning, and Ryan said something about a V2, possibly V3 version of the wallet. They want to update and implement better encryption, which means better security. Audits are a huge part of why SafeMoon is going to be successful, I think. Audits help clarify that, you know, they're not doing anything crazy behind the scenes without us knowing about it. And these third-party audit companies, they do much bigger projects in SafeMoon. They do much smaller, but most of them are well accredited, and they do a good job at what they do. I don't quite understand the audit process, so I can't really explain it, you know, so much, but I know it's a good thing. They're already considering a big 4 auditing companies. I don't know what those are. I know that Yeah, I don't know what the big 4 auditing companies are. I know Certic is the one that we use now. I'm going to imagine they're one of the big 4, but like I said, I'm not sure. iOS wallet. It's just a little behind the Android's launch, which they did say that the Android's wallet launch will be happening soon. They've re-uploaded it for the Play Store, and they're just waiting on them to approve it again. And then after that, and things are running smoothly, they're going to go with the iOS. So here is another page, and you guys are more than welcome to stop the video and read through this if you want to kind of dive a little deeper in what's being said, but I'm just kind of skimming over the topics that I think are kind of important. So NFTs on the wallet, that was asked. I know that's a huge thing for a lot of people is NFTs. I don't quite understand NFTs. I know it's non-fungible tokens and it's one of one, and but a lot of people do enjoy them, and it's a huge market. So I think it would be a very, very important thing to include in the wallet if they can do so. And it won't be on version 1, but it's coming, Ryan said. And iOS actually has some kind of laws against NFT related apps. So I'm not sure how they're going to work through that. And for all we know, iOS may never get the NFT option on the wallet. But we'll have to see. Only time will tell. They're trying to find a way around it. Process for downloading the wallet. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. We already talked about the encryption being added later in the wallet's versions. Social media is a part of the restructuring. A lot of how they communicate with us is through social media. And I think that's where they should be communicating with us. I don't think that Discord it's not where the chunk of their community is, so I don't think it's where they should be putting out information. At least more than, something like Twitter. But really it's up to them. So we'll see what this new marketing team does. We'll see what they do if they change things up. The roadmap was talked about. I know the roadmap we got, a few months ago from the really good AMA they did where they pre-recorded it. And they talked about the wallet in V2 and, the exchange, and they gave us hard dates, which obviously we know that those hard dates didn't come to coexist with each other. This is something that happens a lot, in companies. Look at things like Tesla or Apple. They have plenty of hiccups, and that's with infinitely more money at their disposal than what SafeMoon had. And probably infinitely more people as well working on it. So this is natural, and we need to just realize that, it's a part of the growing process. It's growing pains for sure, but it's a part of the growing process. They talked about internal deadlines. Like I said, you can pause it and read it if you want to. They talked about hard forks. I know a lot of people were really freaking out about the hard fork and what it means. One hard fork, I don't know if you guys keep up with Ethereum, but Ethereum and Ethereum Classic had a hard fork done, and it was just a change in the space when the token needs to be updated. It's really not a big deal like people think it is. It's just a change to the current contract of whatever token or coin that is being talked about. A hard fork happens all the time, and a bridge into the hard fork is inevitable. If we want SafeMoon to grow from what it was to what it could be, hard forks are going to have to happen. And a lot of people talk about the reverse split. Tesla's done a reverse split. Tons of stocks have done reverse splits, but that's to do with stocks. Papa went on to talk about how with something like SafeMoon, it would be a consolidation, not a reverse split. The hard fork and consolidation could happen at the same time, but it's not confirmed. We'll just have to wait and see. So this is something I wanted to share with you guys. Somebody asked a good question, I thought, and it kind of gave them a chance to talk about what the core team was excited about. And John talked about Operation Phoenix. People call it Phoenix. I'm not really. I just say Phoenix. And he says it's what gets him out of bed each day. Papa talks about the opportunity to do something huge for the space. He loves helping the community, innovating and disrupting it, the space. And Ryan then talked about the products and how he enjoys making sure that they're built correctly, and especially on top of the blockchain. The blockchain is like the end-all be-all for things to come full circle. And so a lot of what they're doing, and the reason it's taking a lot of time, is because the blockchain is a complex thing, and making sure that each one of their products intertwines with the blockchain correctly is probably an even more complex thing. So they talk about the fuel for other products of the ecosystem. You know, BNB is the fuel for things in its ecosystem. And with the burn function inside of SafeMoon, it's a huge thing for it to be the fuel. Anyone that understands that knows that. So the white paper and roadmap updates, we already kind of talked about that. Yes, it's going to happen. The website's being overhauled, and the white paper and roadmap have been designed and programmed. The V2 steps will be included in this. They talked about a huge thing was the 3,000 simultaneous transactions on the exchange. Yes, we received some benchmarking, and it has surpassed that. So if this comes to fruition, it is insane. That is a crazy amount of transaction speed for an exchange. Crazy amount. Esports and sponsorships. We know that John does like esports. It's not their main focus, but it's something they're open to. So that's everything I have to say kind of about the AMA last night. I hope that kind of tied things together for those who missed it, and gave you guys some information. So to the Reddit posts, it's not gonna be nearly as long as a video today, because I just kind of wanted to focus in on the AMA. So this kind of explains the current state of SafeMoon. People FUD, we say, okay. And then they want to keep FUDding, but we keep within ourselves. We know what we're here for. We understand that, as long as the key components are there in fueling SafeMoon's success, which includes us, the community, then it's all downhill from there. We just have to keep a positive outlook and hope that the team delivers. And I think they're going to, regardless of who is doing what, as long as the same energy is brought to the table to get the things done that need to be done, and they get done, then the success is imminent. And that's really how I feel. So this is something Thomas said on the thing. He he talked about how his health was declining and how no matter what changes in the future, he is going to be the wizard. Okay, the blockchain wizard that we all know and love. No matter what his title is there. So could his title be changing from Chief Blockchain Officer? Who knows? Who knows? But with or without Thomas, the show must go on. And it will. And as long as... And he made sure that he would vet and ensure that if someone were to take his place and be the new guy to be in control of something like this, that he would make sure that they're up for the task. And that's important. Of course, we would love Thomas to stay with us forever, but different people's circumstances change throughout time, and if he had to go, we'd be sad to see him go. But hearing that he would make sure we'd be taken care of is very reassuring. But he does say that he's not leaving. Even if he does leave, he's going to support, and he's always going to be building. Yeah, that's from Thomas. You can pause it and read it if you want. This is, I don't know if you guys really vote on these things still or not. I do. I think that this one in particular it would be good. There's been a ton of botting and some malicious shit going on with some of these. I'm not going to say who, but some of these have some really, really inflated numbers, especially for their holders. And, we're down here. So vote if you can. It's on watcher.guru. Make sure you press the billboard button. A lot of people have been not clicking all time or today. You need to make sure you click the billboard button. You can vote once per hour, and it'd be cool if we could get this free advertisement. It might bring some more energy that we could always use. So, and then here's the Twitter posts for today. We're not going to go over too many because, like I said, I'm going to keep this one a little shorter. The SafeMoon wallet has been announced that it is resubmitted on the Google Play Store. So what that means is they've completed the wallet. As far as Android goes, they've completed the wallet, and the mainnet wallet 100% has been resubmitted to the Google Play Store. They're awaiting approval. So people on Android, that's pretty fucking cool. So if you have an Android, make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. This was a cool thing that I saw on Twitter. Ryan retweeted this. I'll read what he said in a second, but this is Sulman Patel put this on Twitter, and Ryan retweeted it. He talks about the successes that SafeMoon has had in its 7-month time frame, and these are all huge things. Launching a complete crypto, obtaining 2.5 million holders in less than 6 months, over 1 million Twitter followers in less than 6 months, bridges to the Ethereum blockchain, and others, swap functionality that they released with the wallet, CertiK accreditation, that's the audit company, the pioneers of cryptonomics. This is the first of its kind, guys. When the exchange comes out and cryptonomics can be implemented, it's the first of its kind. Pioneers, continued revision of the roadmap, demonstrating a team that is looking to develop the product. This continued revision is a good thing, even though it scares a lot of people. People don't like change, but if you don't revise, then how can you get better? How can you grow if you don't revise? You can't. You have to. Continued revision is a huge part of a company's success. So these are the successes. This is the failure. misjudged their wallet launch date and the complexity of developing a usable app. This, a list of 8 things, one thing. Yes, they totally fucked up with the wallet launch. But, they saw it and they're reacting. If they weren't reacting, then we should be worried, but they are. So, and then Ryan kind of adds on to it. He says, broke the mold with the community beta tested app. Zero to app submission in less than 5 months of development for an emerging tech product. Built our own multi-chain web swap. Built our own LP pool as a provider. Built their own swap on the phone within the wallet. Imagine life in 6 months. Imagine things in 6 months when they've got the basics down and they can really start honing in on the things that make them SafeMoon and the things that are going to change a lot of our lives. So, yeah. And then last thing I wanted to talk about today is, I don't know where you guys are all coming from, but I'm in the United States and today's 9/11, and today is a day that's going to live on in infamy for the rest of human history. So, I just wanted to share this with you guys in remembrance of the people that lost their lives that day. Have a beer if you can, if you're of legal age, and spend some time with your family or the people you love, because you never know when like someone's life could be cut short. So, never forget 9/11. I'm just gonna say that. So, let's see. So, and then I think that's about it for today's video, guys. Tomorrow or the next day, whenever I get around to it, really, I'm gonna kind of go into, like I said yesterday, some of the aspects of SafeMoon that make it a little different, in my opinion, and a lot of that has to do with the white paper. And I'm not sure if you guys look into it or read into it at all, but I'm gonna kind of go into the things that make SafeMoon different, and that doesn't have to do with the products. I mean, I'll go into the products a little bit too, but the products all kind of tie in to the things that make SafeMoon different, and they enhance each other, really. So that's what we're going to look at tomorrow. So yeah, remember, if you guys liked or disliked my video, let me know. Comment down below if you have any suggestions or questions, and I'll do my best to respond. And subscribe if you did enjoy my content. I know I've had, like 20 people subscribe. That's awesome. I love, like I always say to you guys, this is kind of an outlet for me, and I love to share my opinions with people, to see your opinions. I want to know how you guys feel about this stuff too, because at the end of the day, we're all a community, and regardless of how much you hold or how much influence you think you have in this, it's important to talk about it. So, and I know I didn't go over the price or the whale movement today. I kind of forgot, but we'll do it tomorrow. So, see you guys later, and have a good one.